I am your goddess Nazca, here with our Choco Woman. We're reacting to...
Japan is done with localizers running anime.
Hey!
So right now it is a very
Don't
rough
make me
day
tap the
to be an
sign.
anime and manga localizer, which means it's a great day
Don't
for
hit
anime and
tantalizers
manga
enough.
fans because their vandalization of Japanese source material appears to be coming to an end. There has been a swift blow to these woke localizers who have been vandalizing Japanese media for years and years, inserting their own cringe humor, agenda, what have you, into everything they've been trusted.
Isn't there in some cases where they actually take a story and change it because of dialogue?
Think of the original Sailor Moon, Uranus and Neptune.
Oh yeah, turning them into kissing
the
cousins.
4-kid shit we put up with.
Whatever the fuck happened to One Piece.
Especially the One Piece rap.
No, leave the One Piece rap alone.
It was cringe.
It was fun.
To properly translate. Here's the main headline. Japan is investing 11.5 billion yen, around $71 million, into AI to speed up anime and manga translations.
Actually, you know what the biggest blight on all of anime was to a creator's content?
Ghost stories.
Yep. I know it was funny as fuck, but when we learned, like, years later that the original creator did not give them permission to turn their story into that slop, then yeah.
The plan will help companies like Crunchyroll, Shueisha, Bandai Namco, Kodansha, and Square Enix to use AI tools to release official translations much faster for
Square Enix!
Yes.
At Kingdom Hearts.
Yes.
In Final Fantasy.
global fans. They want to shorten the wait between Japanese release and official English version, reducing reliance on pirate sites, and
fan sub errors was always better. I remember at one point I tried doing a fan dub of God, what was the
Pandora
anime?
Hearts.
Yeah. Oh my God, how the fuck did you remember that and I didn't?
I don't know.
Holy fuck, dude. No, you fucking remember me doing that?
Yeah.
That was back when I was living with my aunt, before you and I even were married and shit. Damn it, you surprised me so much that I fucking started coughing.
And fan translations. Now, of course, there is the one goal of cutting down on piracy. They want to get ahead of people pirating this and making it more available and more quickly available to Western audiences. But the secondary effect of this is a very vindicating one. It will cut down on the number of localizers involved with translating anime, manga, or any material coming out of Japan. And that is something that a lot of people are celebrating. Nobody in their right mind is sitting here going,
yeah, seriously, this is a job that doesn't need to exist in the first place, that I truly feel like AI should just take it.
I like how all these people thought AI was going to take my job, and it's taking their job now.
Yeah. They just... I trust an AI to translate Japanese to English more so over AI fucking driving a semi-truck.
yes, AI translations of anime and manga, that is the best version we can possibly get. No, the best version is a reliable translator, a reliable human translator. Unfortunately, these woke localizers have abused their position of trust and continuously made bad translations and lost any goodwill with consumers that they're supposed to be providing.
What do you do when you have someone who is bad at their job?
You fire them?
Exactly. And instead of replacing them with another human, let's replace them with a more advanced species. Yeah.
Translations for. And it is absolutely no secret that this has been not just something that's happening, it's something that is intentionally happening. Here is a wall of text. Many examples of
And I'm
localizers
not reading all that
openly
shit.
Yeah,
professing
it's
that they're
I can't even see
vandalizing
it.
Japanese source material and doing so very smugly. In the top here,
Seriously, that text is too tiny even on my 70-inch TV. I can't fucking read any of that. I need my new
you can see
glasses, damn
them
it.
trying over
Hopefully
and
the
over
second pair will
again
come in, we'll
to
get it all at
deny that there's
once.
any
No.
agenda involved, but the reality looks very different. Where they say, I will own that stuff, referring to labels of being woke and spreading their agenda, saying SJW feminist gamer all the way. Well, you know, Japan is super racist, sexist, homophobic, fatphobic, and pretty much everything else. And then you can see people proud.
Good job. Uno reverse card. You're fucking Asianophobic. Good job.
Japan is fat phobic? No, they just don't cater to that shit.
No. They just eat healthy. Their government doesn't force them to eat crap.
And they walk.
Oh yeah, they don't have well, they live in a smaller area.
They walk everywhere they go.
They have the ability
Translating
to do that.
Yeah.
various phrases into incels and being very proud. And the best one is down here saying the true joy of localization really is seeing what you can get away with. And they've been getting away with a lot for many years.
Disgusting.
It begins with these cringe inserts of jokes and Reddit tier humor that age very poorly. A great example is Nagatoro adding in sus, which of course back a few years ago was super relevant at the time of this release, but now, fast forward a few years later, this is completely outdated. Nobody uses this language anymore, so if they did a regular translation, it would have made sense here in 2026, but now it just looks really dated and stupid. But of course, we cannot ignore one of the most ridiculous examples, and showing this alone makes the most annoying people seethe in anger. They hate seeing this because it's so diabolical, and it really proves how corrupt these localizers are. This is from the Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid Funimation dub here, where they basically rework an entire scene just talking about
I was just reading that one line right there. That sounds weird to me. What are you wearing that for? Wouldn't it be why? Shouldn't it be a why instead of a what?
I don't know.
Or am I crazy? Oh, those
That's why I
pesky
couldn't
part to take what good of society demands were getting on my nerves, so I changed clothes. I hate you know what's hilarious?
What?
I have no idea what the fuck she even said. I know she was trying to speak English right there, but I feel like that was a foreign language.
Outfits, and then change it into commentary about patriarchal societal demands. Stunning and brave. But of course, there's
I didn't even understand a damn thing that was even said in that whole context.
No, you don't want to. Your brain will melt.
I did not understand any of that.
Plenty of recent examples from 2025 where Netflix localizers rewrote Blue Box to completely change the entire context of a scene where a character was being complimented for being feminine, and they rewrote it to compliment her for being a feminist. It doesn't even
make sense.
What?
You know, just because the two words sound similar, look similar, they have completely different meanings. You look very feminine. You look very feminist.
makes sense based.
So one version
That's
of
an
it would
insult.
be. I know. I was getting to that. One version would be a compliment. The other one would have been an insult. You look very feminist today. What's wrong with you?
Context. But this sort of agenda continues. Here's another example where the original pure translation says a man who dwells on the past is not popular with the ladies. The localization says mansplainers aren't popular with the ladies, you know. Here's another similar example where you can see the original version, the pure translation says,
what, did I just start explaining fashion to a literal pro model? What, did I just start
says, did I just start explaining fashion to a literal
Stop!
pro model?
Stop
The localization
fucking... You know, even under the context of what, I guess mansplaining is supposed to mean, the definition, I don't feel like it would fit there. I don't know, this is dumb.
Hey, Crispy.
It's Chrissy.
Chrissy.
I know, I had a fucking coming of learning moment when I was playing Digimon. This whole time I was calling him Crispy Caterpillar. It's fucking Chrissy Carpenter.
I blame you now, you get shocked.
says, did I just start mansplaining fashion to a literal pro model? Here's another example. A dub, multiple times bringing up fragile masculinity for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Then, another example. Translating a term just referring to virgins to...
Okay, take me down to the very last sea where the ice is cold and the cows are chilly.
Is it getting cloudy outside, or is it just me?
Yes, it's getting dark.
Hmm.
Okay,
cells to
Devil's
add a
Blight,
little bit
go
of
take me to Antarctica,
current
let's
day
go.
humor and terminology into a localization. Here's one that really brought a lot of controversies from the Uma Musume anime, where they changed Merry Christmas to Happy Holidays, seemingly seething about Christmas.
Well, on the bright side, even though they changed the text, they still fucking said Christmas, so the Japanese voice actor, that they didn't cover that.
That's retarded.
Even though the banners in the background of the scene literally said in English Merry Christmas, they still changed it in the subtitles. And then you have...
I remember seeing that part in that anime and groaning when that came up. Yeah. I am tired as fuck and I am sweaty as hell. Oh, sweaty. I only had a couple more months on a shift of the fall. I will be here. That's good.
Hello, Splatoon.
Hi, Splake. Welcome, welcome. Getting
examples like this. Even skin is a little too problematic sometimes, where a description of a character's appearance as white and pretty is localized into skin being totally flawless. And here's another example. Careful with the skin. If you show too much, Bandai Namco's localization team will make sure they censor it. It goes way beyond just anime and manga. It goes into video games as well. And we've seen characters, their identities completely rewritten. An example coming from I Think I Turned My Childhood Friend Into a Girl, which is about cross-dressing, but instead the...
Oh! Okay, I know what they're doing. Okay, so we just completely ignore, like, some dudes who like to wear dresses and just go ahead and skip them right into your transgender. Okay.
Localization team completely rewrote this character to be trans for what I can only assume is for their own political agenda in pushing gender ideology and any sort of identity politics.
Sorry, but what did he just say? Okay, so apparently, a character who wears girl clothes, they automatically made him transgender because of...
Wasn't that like a thing in, got so many animes, Steins Gate?
Oh, yeah. But no, that one actually, unless, was it wrong? Because in Steins Gate, didn't that character want to be a girl, though?
Yeah, you're right. And that's a poor example. What's another one I think of? Yamato.
Yeah, but...
what was it, the other one that was the...
No, Okiku wants to be a girl.
Okay.
Hold on. I can pick, how about Felix?
Felix.
I'm not sure if Felix ever said that they wanted to be a girl. They just liked wearing dresses. Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Felix is in love with, I'm pretty sure Felix is in love with the one, princess lady that I can't...
The trucker man is ginger swapped.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah, actually... Trucker Man just already gave a perfect example with himself.
Into what they're being trusted to translate. Here's another recent example from April with Union Syndrome, where not only did they insert a bunch of random Reddit Chungus humor and trans stuff into this game, the localization team also took a term meaning stop and translated it to end fascism. Amazing.
Was there even anything in context that would have the... Wow. Yeah, that is pretty much just kind of rewriting a story in a sense.
I mean, they literally not only had to mistranslate such a simple phrase, but they had to rework the entire context to set it up for this mistranslation. In the back, you can see some screenshots from the related Discord of some of these localizers, and it's an absolute coal mine.
Yeah, no, all you assholes deserve to lose your jobs and have it taken by AI. Oh no, not my dear friend.
What did they screw up here?
But that is not anything new, right? You can see with Nokutan, they completely tried to lean into some narrative going on Twitter with the usual suspects who are trying to claim she is trans because she has antlers, which is...
Oh! They're saying that the main character is transgender because they have male deer antlers.
These people live... Nothing's about you.
I mean, I can see where they can reach around for that because why? I think it's supposed to just be a joke. But wait, do female deers have antlers?
No.
No? Okay.
Happy birthday. Unfortunately, it's hot as hell today.
Happy birthday.
About deer girls, of course, they're going to have features that resemble that. But to the wackadoos on social media, this was confirmation that this character, among others, were actually trans. And in response to backlash of that seeping into the translations, one infamous localizer responded by saying, we need to educate Japanese companies on what good localization looks like. Yeah, this comes from Katrina, an infamous localizer who has fled Twitter after getting bodied there 24/7. I don't even know if they're on Blue Sky, but they are responsible for countless mistranslations and just...
Oh my god, what is this name? Hillbilly Redneck Country Cowboy. I saw Hillbilly and I was thinking of the Billies.
Abhorrent tweets bragging about their mistranslations. In fact, this is the one who was trying to morally virtue signal about the anime they were localizing, basically implying it's predatory and disgusting, and even described their work as unfortunate. They had the unfortunate...
Sexually attracted to a corgi. What?
What?
I was just reading that up there. What the fuck?
Pleasure of translating this anime, and in response, it's no surprise, they were mistranslating everything, mainly injecting in their own cringe humor that, again, has been completely outdated in only a few years. Crazy. But this is the same person, Katrina here, who likes to lecture about localization, and basically that everyone else is stupid because localizers are the professionals.
Not only that, but when you're subtitling, everybody can hear what they're saying.
It's one of those weird
it's a dog anime where the guy gets really...
Oh yeah, wasn't that one really creepy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Asuka feels, what are we even talking about? We're talking about assholes who take context and fuck it up, dubbing English to Japanese to English.
Yeah, and fucking it up for everybody else.
Meow.
And you have a lot of people, especially young people like millennials and Gen Z, who got really into Japanese through anime. So they started learning a little bit of Japanese. So they are very loud on social media when they hear something and they're like, wait, that's not what the subtitle said. These people don't know what they're doing. And it's like, no, you guys, like, you know, this is a skilled profession. We know what we're doing. We didn't change it to spite you in your Japanese 101 class. Like, this is actually what they said. You just don't understand the challenges of it. Not only that.
So yeah, they're basically saying if you correct them on any of their mistranslations, you're stupid and you're not educated like these localizers are. Even when the complaints come from fluent Japanese speakers, like it has many times.
Oh my god, that's like fucking Peggy Hill sitting there telling someone who's fluent in Spanish that they don't know what they're talking about.
They're
Oh
the
my god, it is.
they're the Peggy Hills of the anime community.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Well,
what it is.
I guess you're just stupid. You're not as educated as the
Yep.
very professional localizers. And I can't think of anything
you, bitch.
more opposite of professional
What's that sound? It's probably a cicada.
than
Yeah,
localizers.
the
They
cicada.
cannot do their job. Their
Stop scaring
ideology
me.
has consumed them so greatly, they cannot do their jobs without inserting their own agenda. Of course, this is what it really looks like in practice. You have the
Real art and the localizers.
I realize what Squidward is as an adult seeing him now. He's a failed artist who has to work at fast food to pay his bills. And that's why he hates everything in life. Stop and think about it. He's an artist who has to work at fast food and works around people he absolutely fucking hates.
Yeah. I can relate to Squidward a lot.
the original Japanese source material
Even
and these
these
localizers
It's like
flying
it's
in
like
to
even
vandalize it,
Spanish.
thinking
Yeah, that's the point. They think they're perfect and fluent at Spanish, that they can do no wrong, but the moment someone corrects them, they'll sit there and try to do backflips to make it so that they're the one that was right the whole time, regardless.
It wasn't Peggy. No, she was a substitute teacher. I thought she was a
Mhm.
Spanish teacher, but
Yeah, she was a substitute Spanish teacher.
okay, moving on.
Yeah, you
they're doing something great, when
I
in
think there might
reality,
be
nobody
cicada on the door.
go outside and go check on them.
You want to bring him in?
No.
Those big flying bugs.
Yes, that is accurate. They think they know better than the people who create their own work. Yep.
wants this. So with this backdrop, and let me make this clear, that is a tiny snapshot. What we just saw over the last couple of minutes is a tiny snapshot of everything going on with localizations, but you can see with that context why people are not sad to see localizers getting replaced.
Yep.
Even if it means the AI translations are going to be flawed. At
Suffer
least they're flawed
localizers.
by design.
Let's go. Okay. Yes, have the AI obviously have a human there for the
No, to correct any misspellings and fuck ups.
They don't need to do nothing else. Just have one decent person who's not going to change anything. Just have the AI do it for them. Makes their job easier. We need less of these guys. It's not really a job market that's really necessary, so.
Suffer localizers. Suffer, bitch.
They are not intentionally flawed. They're not intentionally shoving an agenda. They're just mistranslating because they're taking things too literally or what have you. Nobody feels sorry for these localizers.
Nope.
They have done this to themselves. And here's some of the replies saying
The
this.
fuck? Is that an
It's going to have the dude effect of
Gangster Asman?
Kiss her husband.
removing the woke nonsense the localizers inject.
Yes.
If it means the regard woke pronouns localizers are all put out of a job, I'm 100% behind this decision.
Yep, let's
GG's to the woke localizers with a picture of Asmongold, who is one of the many
It was Gangster Asman! Wait!
He's fucked up. He's got too much teeth and got too much hair.
Wait, is Rev sure this is supposed to be Asmongold?
loud voices against these localizers. But then again, what does he know? What do any of us know about this very nuanced profession of localization? I mean, the amount of nuance and subtlety required to do some of these translations is far beyond our uneducated stance and status as
I'm sorry, this is not a job that is necessary. That this is a job that we can do without, and yeah.
Man,
It takes no skill and no finesse or anything, especially if you guys are going to sit there and fuck it up. You don't deserve this job. You brought this upon yourself. Me too, Catherine. When she finally loses everything to AI, the Chuds send their regards.
Just mere peons in the existence of these localizers who are just all knowing of Japanese culture and translation. But here's a quote saying it ain't speed I'm worried about, it's accuracy and faithfulness to the source material. Well, that concern has always been relevant because the accuracy and faithfulness has been compromised over and over again thanks to these localizers. Again, AI
You know what? There is some things that localizers, the normal ones do have to change context and stuff a little bit so
Yeah.
it fits like mouth flaps, or if context is different between Japanese and English, especially when you're trying to change it into the grammar and stuff.
Yeah.
There's that. There are those moments. But when you sit there and change something that fundamentally fucks around with the story and junk, then you're not doing your job.
Yeah.
translations are not the pinnacle of potential when it comes to the quality of translations, but these localizers have literally muddied the waters for over a decade now. And it's their fault that nobody trusts them anymore, and it's their fault that nobody feels bad for them being replaced by AI. Because at the end of the day, people would rather have AI and its flaws than having these intentional vandalizations of Japanese media caused by these localizers. Here's some coping saying that is worse than not effing getting them or straight up effing with the translation in the first place. A little independent project.
Damn, fireworks.
Yeah, we're gonna be hearing that all night.
Meow. Happy 4th. Yeah.
Using AI
Happy
translation
fit,
is
missing
fine.
finger
I don't
fifth.
mind it there, but this effing revving up the stuff machine to translate everything, F no. Yeah, you know what? Some people would rather have translations available if it's by AI than to have nothing at all. That is why piracy websites have been doing so well, and fan translations as well,
Yo-ho-ho.
because they are providing
So,
for a
is the Great
market that
Pirate
is
Era?
yearning
Yes.
for something. Okay, people would rather have something if it's produced by AI than nothing because the localizers couldn't get to it next. That is the reality. You don't have to like it, but that's the reality. Here's another one saying, no way, Japan is pushing AI. I counter by saying, no way have localizers embedded themselves so greatly into Japanese media that we have a situation
Yeah.
like this where people are cheering this on, and it's actually reasonable why people are cheering this on. I wish this wasn't the case, but unfortunately it is, and these localizers are to blame. Here's another one saying, nobody wants this except greasy neckbeards who don't have a drop of Japanese blood in them, who want to get back at the localizers because they can't get over the literal decade.
Someone is very salty.
Yeah. What about females? Would that be leg beards?
Are you taking shots at me?
No.
Old Dragon Maid line. I told you, they're still seething about it. That's why I keep showing it. It's not only a great example of these mistranslations, it makes people like this seethe. It makes the localizer defenders
Yes.
lose their minds
Be
because they
mad.
can't actually defend
don't
it.
care.
Instead, they say, please stop bringing up this example from 10 years ago. Meanwhile,
Oh, no DLCs, right?
No, we're not gonna do the DLCs if we don't want to.
Did you buy it where it come with the DLCs?
I don't think I did. I think they were just the base games.
Okay. The Moogie.
in this video alone, I've brought up probably dozens of examples from the past couple of years that are just as bad, if not worse. But they'll ignore all of those and say the only thing they got is the Dragon Maid line, when in reality, the portfolio of
The
disaster
Dragon Maid line
from
is
these
the baseline
localizers
how bad it
is
can
one that grows
get.
every single day. There's countless
It's the pinnacle
examples.
of the bad.
And to say, oh, it's just these greasy losers who don't have any Japanese blood in them who
I can't wait to
And yet, who the fuck are you? I bet you don't have a Japanese I bet you don't have a drop of Japanese blood in you. So who are you to say?
They don't know how
want
to
this.
say.
You know what? Maybe the people who aren't Japanese are the ones who are receiving these localizations. Does that make sense to you? And they want it done
That
correctly.
too.
This is not really an own, it's just a complete deflection. But at the end of the day, these localizers,
place.
their defenders, any of their ilk, absolutely pathetic. And they're getting exactly what they've been asking for years. They think they're untouchable. Well, guess what? They're not. And this is definitely a great sign towards the beginning of the end for these localizers. But for now,
Everything must come to an end eventually, especially when it comes to an end because of your own,
Incompetence.
Yay, thank you. Well, thank you all for joining us in this video. Bye!
Oh.
Thank you all for joining me. Please like, subscribe, and comment. It would make me very happy. Kiss, kiss, hug, hug.